Welcome to ISTV English News. This is Panorama giving you the news. Let's see the headlines. International Nurses Day observed throughout the state, and surrendered militants and cadres of SU groups acting as if they have been given open license. Let's see the news in detail. As observed in different parts of the world, International Nurses Day was also observed at many places in the state today. Reims Nurses Association Lumphil observed the day at the mini auditorium of the institute. Director of Reims Professor S. Rita Devi, Nursing Superintendent T.H. Singlembi and top officials of the institute participated in the observance. Many speakers at the function praised the contributions of Florence Nightingale. All people serving as nurses are required to give total devotion while taking care of patients. Improvement in healthcare service can be achieved only when doctors and nurses fully cooperate with each other, said Director Dr. Rita. She said, an officer of the United States made the first proposal for observance of Nursing Day in 1953. Shortly afterwards, Nursing Day came to be organized all over the world. The nurses get encouragement from remembering the activities and sacrifices made by Florence Nightingale, who was popularly known as the Lady with the Lamb. Florence Nightingale is remembered fondly to this day for her selflessness and dedication to the service of the people.
Dedication, punctuality, and with a human touch to the human beings.
The International Nurses Day was also organized by Nurses Association Jenims Unit at Jenims. Principal Secretary Health, who also holds charge of Jenims Director, Dr. J. Suresh Babu, Superintendent of Jenims, Dr. W. Gopi Mohan, and Nursing Superintendent of Jenims, P. Landhoni, were the men invited. Dr. J. Suresh Babu said the vacancy of nurses at Jenims will be filled up based on merit. He urged the nurses to carry out their duties properly.
So all those who are interested in getting should read well. Okay, so we are trying to settle issues one by one. It's not possible for us to settle in 2-3 days everything. We have already given the orders for conversion of the daily wage staff into contract. That includes some of the nurses also. And regarding the faculty, the teaching faculty also, we are addressing the issue. I think maybe all these issues will be settled at the earliest.
A consultation company called Savannah Consultations Private Limited, based in Delhi, has alleged that most of the central-sponsored schemes taken up in Manipur and Assam have been found fail. According to a press release issued by the company signed by one R.K. Premjit, mentioned that a survey was conducted in Assam, Manipur and some other states of India in relation to the central schemes and other activities. Most of the schemes and many departments under the state government were found to be either fail or not up to the mark. A lot of irregularities were found in implementation or working of the MGNRGS, PDS, Agriculture, MOBC, Midday Meal, Indira Awaj Yojana, Anganwadi, Scholarship Scheme, Housing Scheme, Power Department, LDA and MDS in both the northeastern states. The press release added. A highly decomposed male body was found under a culvert on the road between Minor Irrigation Office and Imphal West DC Office this afternoon. According to reports, the body was already 90% decomposed. His skull was found at a distance of about 100 feet from the rest of his skeleton. Police and forensic teams arrived at the spot and conducted an investigation to establish the identity of the deceased. He was dressed in camouflage trousers and white color half shirt. Chamber of Commerce Medical Care and Research Center observed the International Nurses Day at its meeting hall today. Dr. L. Pardesi, retired Director of Family Welfare Services, Dr. L. Joy Kumar, and Administrative Officer of Chamber and Commerce Medical Care and Research Center, KSS Lokendro, attended the function as the main guest. Dr. Pardesi said, by nurse, we do not mean only those working at hospitals, but also those who are serving the sick and destitute in our family, localities and other places. There is no place for discrimination based on community and religion. He reminded that the day is observed in remembrance of Florence Nightingale. International Nurses Day was observed at Hengang Primary Health Center in Imphal East District on the theme, A Force for Change, Care Effective, Cost Effective. Chief Medical Officer of Imphal East, Dr. Puspa Rai, Medical Officer of Hengang PHC, Dr. L. Suranjoy, and Medical Officer Dr. P. Jayananda led the participants of the function in offering floral tributes to the portrait of Florence Nightingale. Dr. Puspa Rai said, nursing has become one of the most preferred professions. The demand for nursing care has risen in modern times, she said, and urged the nurses to serve the people with a sense of sacrifice all the time. Surrendered militants of various prescribed organizations of Manipur and cadres of rebel groups under suspension of Operation Sioux agreement with the administration are behaving as though they have been given an open license, said editor of Poknafam A. Robindro Sharma in an interview with joint editor of ISTV News, Jit Ningomba. The cadres of the militant groups are not following the ground rules mentioned in the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the state and central governments, he said. The unrestrained behaviors of these cadres have already led to problems in different areas. If the administration does not act quickly, a series of unwanted incidents will happen, said Robindro.
Sugi kanose kogi sign tongudring da ground rules sama harana simdo agar thammi bani masida soidani yaung ga dawse designated kemta laiba khulai purga chattaba extortion tawdaba mi kihandaba adagi kogi crime commit tawdaba haibna singba mayama yaung ga dawni masigi subu ngakna satlagadi subu mayam samda tholoi dawa sing ngaklak taba designated kemta laigada mana moina no khulai purga chapsiaro haribi ko khulai purga chapsiaro haiba du loi thugairaga khulai pura tholaga moi tawra dori me thawk mayam se ada masi iseng seng budi gamena down rules so Subsan Sanan Bungam the Topuni, Masi Gamin Kimaran, and Edith
Masi Subsabo, Kongtang, Molo, Makatan, some the Turk Maru in Akoi, Jingy Manung, and Jimba, that the pact of the phone, Chalaga, Pasa Kaiba, party with Tabak to Mayama, open license, Pibigi, Chapman, Mom, the lady, Masi Subsaba, I think Momatamo would if I were Uncle Tamoke.
Masi Gamena Yamkana, Akan Kongtang, Malogum Toy, Kanoaki, Warish, Hanaribini, Su, Donaribini. Tadupa, Somdana, Mayam, Prazada, Mayam Pianba, I will must see the government the so Prazano Onzilo hanging a lady. Aduna Matam the English the government must see Toviaro anything but
an organization formed by all Mairapai associations of Imphal East District called Nongpok Lengak Apunbanupi Loop has been formed. Yumlembam Mema has been chosen as the president of the loop. Nongthombam Radharani and Fanjobam Bimula have been selected as the secretary and finance secretary of the loop, respectively. Lining Thau Ising Chaiba Harauba and Semgat Sagatpa Thogul Committee and Furch Bates of Ukal Umanglai Thaupu Loop have expressed resentment over the unprovoked firing at a Lai Harauba procession by some miscreants in which an innocent person was killed and some others injured. The incident was a clear act of insult to the traditions and heritage of the Meitei community. Those involved in the act should be arrested and punished as per the law, the two organizations stated. The state government should take serious note of the manner in which security escorts of the Speaker of the Manipur State Assembly assaulted and humiliated a sub-inspector of Manipur Police, Amitabh Arambam, in front of his wife and children, and take up concrete action to prevent repetition of such incident, said editor of Huyen Lanpao, Manipuri edition, Hemanta Ningombam, in an interview with ISTV. When the armed escort personnel have no regard for an officer in the active service, what would be the fate of the common people, asked Hemanta.
Victim oiba haitare soiba saya SI sina police officers na city police station da complain ama tawre hai complain ama tawasi so far ai ngasi ai phokti moi FIR si lodi hena tai lodi na tar si kari gino moi thabak chin bagira tasang bagidi police station da wakat ama lagadi wakat to gi matung in FIR ma lo ba base military ni tawum to puni kari gi lodi no speaker na kari haraka dagi haina khalbagi mokhi wakal daga nijing mangjing na balar gadi madu lale nai hajage madu to bigano ain gi oiba police oisi speaker gi natagana chief minister gi natagana MLA minister sangi moi police oibigano lo gi makhar thabak to biu lo to biro aduga sagi FIR lo khopiraga mathau tai na khalgadi musing faro Pau Pardi, Masanadum Punkumari, Malokoptalia Ponte, Madam Tabuk suspend of Tabni, suspend of one Magi punishment over Suyarway. I am able to subchana Tabuto, the government is so command to give Sigma posted inquiry in a Hamuhaiba, the departmental inquiry in a Muhaiba, I think this might inquiry in a Sumatam Lega Kona, Yasana Kana Sui, Maru, the Kamasana Hazaganda, Napi Uga, and Hatamakong Pira, Hajabo, the kind of Pimsi, to be the body, the speaker is who command to give Sai, the school. Na le mani nungsi grabni adu imido ada ai ken mi ngakani gai na khallaga thabak toy humje to pirakanda ngasai asumba matung da tokna tawge haitadi ain gi phangm to sayak to chap chana phangna ba thabak to boda mu mayam sam pateng pangbiyo.
At least 4 persons who were found stealing power during a check of the prepaid meters by a team of surveillance of MSPDCL Imphal Electrical Division No. 1 at Golapati Hatta have been booked under the Electricity Act 2003 yesterday. The arrested persons were fined a total amount of 61,299 rupees, informed a press release issued by the Deputy General Manager. Let's have a short commercial break.
I'm ready.
Teloro.
Editor ka late.
Some say hujik perfectly straight ado kankhar kandadi freezy.
Relax. Perfectly straight.
Aina semi anauba sunsil perfectly straight with straight lock technology maramdi. Some kankraba matung dasu align straight oina laina bagidamo.
Wow. Hujik su straight oirina.
Straight and gorgeous. Sunsilk perfect straight. Lock to you. Rock to you.
Now let's see some national and international news. Strong tremors were left across North India on Tuesday at around 12:40 p.m. Initial reports suggest the magnitude of the earthquake is 6.9 on Richter scale. Afghanistan is the likely epicenter of the earthquake. There has been no report of any casualty or damage. A fire at the bank in central Delhi has been extinguished, said safety officials to NDTV. Everyone has been evacuated, said A.K. Sharma, Delhi fire chief. He said nobody had been seriously injured. 20 fire engines were used in Connaught Place at Harsa Bhawan, which hosts the Oriental Bank of Commerce. The fire was reported at 11:40 a.m., said sources, who added that a malfunctioning air conditioner is believed to have started the fire. At least 14 people were injured this morning when a bomb allegedly carried by a passenger exploded in a packed compartment of a local train in Kolkata. A low-intensity blast took place on the Silda-Krishnanagar train at 3:55 a.m. when it had just left Titagarh station less than an hour from Kolkata. Witness accounts suggest the bomb exploded in the fifth compartment of the train after an argument between 2 suspected criminals. One of them was carrying the bomb and is among the injured. Police have identified him as Raja or Raju Das. He was criminal records in the Titagarh police station. He is severely injured. 6 others are also in hospital, while 7 have been released after first aid. Beijing has been pushing India to accelerate work on a multi-billion-dollar rail link from New Delhi to Chennai ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to China this week. China, which is conducting a feasibility study into $36 billion bullet train project from the capital in the north to Chennai in the south, has asked for work to begin on a pilot project covering part of the route, officials said. The two sides have also agreed to speed up implementation of a shorter high-speed rail corridor from Chennai to Bengaluru, as China seeks to cash in on Prime Minister Modi's vision of modernizing a cracking train system that 25 million people use daily. A parcel supervisor of Bilaspur Division of South East Central Railway was on Monday suspended for the delay in transportation of bulletproof vehicles of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's convoy to New Delhi after his visit to Chhattisgarh 2 days ago. The action has been taken against Persal Supervisor B.K. Chanda following an inquiry conducted into the incident. Chief Public Relations Officer CPRO of South East Central Railway R.K. Agarwal said. The Prime Minister was in Chhattisgarh on a day-long visit on May 9. The decision by King Salman of Saudi Arabia to skip a summit meeting called by President Barack Obama reflects a new reality for two nations that for generations set goals in the Middle East but that are now at odds in fundamental ways. Both countries insisted on Monday that the king's absence was not a snub, even as it was hard to ignore four powerful factors that have led to rising tensions between the two countries. The administration's pursuit of a nuclear accord with Iran, the rise of the Islamic State in the region, the regional unrest that came to be known as the Arab Spring, and the transformation of world energy markets. A masked gang wielding messages hacked a secular blocker to death on Tuesday in northeastern Bangladesh in the third such deadly attack in 2015, police said. Attackers wearing masks hacked Ananta Bijoy Das with messages in Sylhet city at around 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. We have learned that he was a writer. Deputy Commissioner of Sylhet Police Faisal Muhammad said. Imran Sarkar, head of a Bangladeshi Bloggers Association, said that Das was an atheist and wrote blogs for Mukto Mona, a website which used to be moderated by Avijit Roy, a Bangladeshi-born US citizen who was himself hacked to death in the capital Dhaka in February. Before we wind up, let's have a look at the headlines once again. International Nurses Day observed throughout state, and surrendered militants and cadres of two groups acting as if they have been given open license. Thank you for watching our news, and please stay tuned for more updates.